Live at the Democrat monthly meeting of District 2 in Oklahoma, based in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, the heart of the Cherokee Nation. We'll be going into the meeting and I'll connect a microphone that's better. So we're on the move. We're getting almost to the meeting. I think I need to go this way. It's a big building.
Of how we can best take care of our people with Senator Wilson, and I just wanted to make a note to express my appreciation, because I better understand it. And when I was listening to that MP Law coming in, y'all's president is now proposing that they cut off the payments for subsidies for insurance companies. You know, they say it's going to implode. Well, it's like if you had a job, you could live in your house. So it cuts your pay 1 week, then it cuts your pay the next month. A little bit at a time, financially, you will, what they call implode, but it will collapse if you take the financial structures out from any system. It doesn't matter what it is. So, at some point in time, we're going to have to get a very strong collective voice and stay hooked up to it. We cannot sit back and think, well, somebody else is going to take care of us, because it ain't going to happen unless we do it. But I wanted to point out that Senator Wilson has been at this for years and years, and he had the right solution a long time ago.
So just a couple other points, and then I'm going to turn it over to our speaker. Beth was not able to be here this evening, and actually a couple of our regulars, unfortunately, have to miss us tonight. But wanted to just give a shout out to Beth for being our guest, and I encourage each and every one of you to do that. And I see that Margaret has brought her daughter tonight, I guess, and we appreciate that. And any of you that joined us for the first time or haven't got to come very often, we're so glad you're here. So I want to encourage you to be sure and sign in, get signed up for our newsletter so we can always reach out to you and keep you up to date. Leslie, would you like to introduce Shay? We're so glad to have her this evening.
So, I guess maybe soon after the Women's March back in January, I kept having people say to me, oh, I met this woman, you've got to meet her, her name's Shay, and she's such a neat person. And somebody else would say, oh, I met this woman, you've got to meet her, her name's Shay. When I finally got to meet her, I'm not sure when we met the first time. Oh, I think Drew Edmondson's maybe event. Anyway, I met her and I did really like her a lot. And since then we've been trying to get her here to Cherokee County and finally got her. So Shay is candidate for House District 77, which is in Tulsa. It's kind of the northeast corner of Tulsa, kind of north of Admiral Drive and heading on up toward Owasso. And one of my best friends lives in that district, and she's been working with Shay on her campaign. Shay's running for office because she believes in the importance of access to quality health care, education, and core services as central to the success of all healthy, thriving, and flourishing communities in Oklahoma. She has both courage to speak up and proven experience helping others by addressing real problems. Building on a diversified background of social work in both community and clinical practice, Shay is a champion of advocacy, civil engagement, and grassroots organizing, and strives to be a role model for others. As a woman of color, she believes that representation matters for all Oklahomans, and she uses her influence to empower others to be civically engaged. Some of Shay's volunteer experiences include serving on the Board of Action, Tulsa's only broad-based community organizing effort consisting of more than 20 churches and nonprofit organizations. She serves as Oklahoma's NAACP Youth and College Advisor. She was the 2017 nominee for the Tulsa Metro League of Women Voters, Madam President. She is an active member of Women Lead Oklahoma. She's made presentations on advocacy and civil engagement to students at ORU, TU, and OU Tulsa. She She's a volunteer at Oklahomans for Equality and supports and advocates for LGBTQ protections during their marches and rallies. She volunteers at the Oklahoma Policy Institute, and she holds a leadership position with Together Oklahoma, where she was awarded the 2017 Advocate of the Year Award. Shay has given her time, talents, and hard work to school board, city council, and state campaigns, including the recent flip of the open Oklahoma House seat that Democrat Karen Gaddis won. She, like I said, had attended the Women's March on Washington, where she captivated the attention of thousands. She's active in her political party, serving as a precinct chair and affirmative action delegate in Congressional District 1 and on the board of the Oklahoma Federation of Democratic Women. She's a graduate of ORU and the University of Oklahoma and is a Sally's List trained candidate. I will say that Shay, it looks like she's going to have some competition in her primary race, and I'm assuming there's going to be Republican challenger as well to that race. She's taking a seat where the sitting representative is term limiting out. So in our state, we've got a whole bunch of seats that are term limiting out in 2018. So we've got the opportunity to take over a lot of seats. A lot of Democrats believe, and I believe, that we need more women and people of color in office. And I have not seen anyone work any harder than Shay has. She has been just hitting it hard for a long time now, and she has my support. Shay White. Wherever you go.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Cherokee County. If I knew you were going to say such nice things, I probably would have bought a whole party crew. Next time we'll have to book them. Once again, my name is Shay White. I wish I could think of something from that list that would surprise you all. It's good to be in Tahlequah. Some of you I've met before, so we're friends, and then some unfamiliar faces. We're also friends now. I just like it here. I like to see democracy in action, and you all are my friends, and we need each other to keep democracy, restore democracy. And I think it's very important that it starts right here in meetings like this, with people of like minds, where we can have participation. I heard several people share different things and input, and to me that's so valuable, because we the people have not been shut out of the conversation. A little bit about myself. I grew up in Louisiana, and I've been in Oklahoma for about a decade. The great state of Oklahoma, where I chose to make my home, where I casted my first vote, where I started my career, received my higher education, and probably paid my taxes. When I was 12 years old, I had an opportunity, or so I thought I did, to visit the state capitol with a group of my classmates and teachers. And learning about that trip, I was just pumped up. You know, I had to involve myself in any extracurricular opportunity coming from a small town, not much to do. And when it came time for us to take that trip, I was not on the list to go. And I was crushed, as you can imagine, 12 years old, life's horrible, everything's burning down. Had no idea why I was not selected, but in my despair, I decided to go to the school library and learn about this legislature, learn about policy, learn about government, and researching that world, I just was opened up to my position in this government, my agency in this government, and that, oh, U.S. Senator, that sounds like something I should do, because they make laws, because they care about people, to help people, to keep us safe and happy as Americans. And so I made sure that when my friends returned after 2 whole days, eating lunch at the Capitol, taking a long bus ride to the city, that I was not left out of the conversation. And honestly don't know if some of my friends even knew I was not there. But at that same time, we decided what we wanted to be when we grew up, like a series, you know. You had to shadow somebody, get a mentor in the field, and really write about how you thought, you know, this would be the path for your life. And I stumbled upon social work, and I shadowed a social worker, and it was just a striking coincidence that social workers, I learned, should be involved in policy making. Social workers should be U.S. senators. They should be representatives. They should be on the school board. They should be involved in policy, in positions where they can influence policy in our communities. And from 12 years old, I literally made the conscious decision to be in Tahlequah tonight at this honorary with you more than half of my life ago. I'm so proud to stand before you as a candidate for House District 77 here in the great state of Oklahoma. And as I mentioned, being in Tahlequah, I mean, what an opportunity we have to come together to talk about these issues and the challenges that we face. But we can make an impact. And when I say impact, I'm reminded of a recent experience I had with one of my third grade students. So I currently work in public schools as a mental health therapist for pre-K children to 5th grade and their families. And this kid is the kind of kid that people would say, he's got so much potential. You always know, when people put a little bit of extra care and a little bit of extra attention, it goes a long way. And I've been hanging out with this kid for almost 2 years. He's always upset about something, and I could never truly connect with him in a way that I felt was meaningful, which I feel like being with him and being available to him as a support goes a long way, and that's pretty meaningful. But he didn't laugh at my jokes. So working on this kid, hanging out with this kid, he finally developed an interest in something, football. I'm a huge football fan, Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
And football looks easier to watch than it is to do, actually. But I told myself I would play catch with my brothers growing up. And one day I grabbed that kid, I said, let's throw this football. And he had all these wonderful things to say. I never heard him talk, enough to make 5 sentences. He just adored football. He adored the sport, and he was so excited that it was something that he chose to do, that he could do. And I was right there with him playing football. So I went to see him the other day after I had a breakfast meeting, and I looked pretty much like this, a candidate. And he saw me he said, Miss Shay, are we gonna play football today? And I thought, well, yeah, I have a football. And so I went to take my blazer off, and he goes, Miss Shay, do you have 2 jobs? I said, well, kind of. He said, I know that your job at the school and like right now is to help me, understand my life better and get through my day, and I said, yeah, that is a job, and I'm glad I have that job. And he was like, well, don't be worried about it, because my mom has 2 jobs, so I think it's pretty cool. What do you do for your other job? I said, well, right now I'm fighting for your future. And he's like, well, my mom works 2 jobs, and she says it's because it's for my future and my sister's future. And so choosing to throw that football with that kid provided the best breakthrough I've seen. I learned a little bit more about him. I learned about, wow, a single mom with 2 jobs, 2 kids. I'd be pretty angry too in 3rd grade, knowing that my resources are limited. Understanding that my mom has to work just a little bit extra. And I do what I do, and I'm running for office because whether I'm throwing a football or introducing legislation, I'm fighting for that kid's future. Let me say, it's interesting to learn about policy and learn about the will to do the right thing, and learn that, at 12 years old, I'm thinking everybody in elected office as a public servant were, upstanding, and now today, as an adult who has participated in this democracy for several years now, that there is another side to things, a less favorable side, but a side that has begun to become exposed. And I think we should create the kind of news that we want our children to see, our communities to see. There's a lot going on that tears us apart right now. There's a lot to complain about, There's a lot to just shake our heads about. You ever shake your head, oh, that feels good. I'm the only one? Okay, cool. I shake my head a lot, but I know that a difference can be made because we didn't just wake up in this dismal state. We arrived here. And when I tell you I'm not done traveling, there's another destination. And that's to hope, that's to change, that's to the belief that we, the people, will not be left out of the conversation. So I ask for you to stand with me because, like Leslie said, it's an uphill climb. But to be the 9th Black woman elected to our state legislature, to be the first woman elected in House District 77, to be the first person of color in House District 77, is something that we can do. It is another destination. And I hope y'all travel with me. I'm gonna need your help. If you can pitch in financially, I have contribution envelopes. I have a sign-up list if you wanna stay updated on the campaign. If there is anything I can do, if you wanna talk about policy, or if you wanna call me and say, Shay, I shook my head, I didn't complain, but what do you think about this? Because I think it takes real face-to-face conversation to move our nation forward so that we can continue to make the kind of impacts that will get us all to the touchdown. Score! I don't know, I think, did I have more time?
Yeah, questions? Yeah, questions. Anybody have any questions for Shay?
Hi.
I was gonna say, I'm glad you mentioned that about the social workers, because my daughter works in Tulsa County,
Awesome.
and, you know, there's so many things as far as drug abuse, alcoholism, unemployment, all these social problems. If these people in office could only get their hands dirty and understand exactly what they're legislating, because I don't really know that they have any understanding about what goes on in the home, that affects society as a whole, that affects what they're legislating about. I'm just not sure that they really know.
You would think when these people campaign that they're here just like I am, learning stuff like what you're telling me, and that I just said this today, that would be the reason why that they're gonna work for us and not against us. That we need government to do its job, but we need to be able to trust government to know that this is hurting me, that you care about what's hurting me. And being a social worker, like, it's no longer my choice for this House district. This is my responsibility to these people and to this constituency and to our state. And I would be deliberate in my goal if I was to dispel what you just shared with me, because that's the whole point, right? I sleep at night knowing that I did what they sent me to do, and that's represent them. And that's all I aspire to do. That's what I'm aspiring to do. And I love every bit of it. So thank you for that comment. Yes.
I'd like to say that I'm glad that you're running and work with our Representative Matt.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish you all the luck there is.
Thank you. Was it Ernie?
Ernie.
Thank you, Ernie. All right.
Shay, thank you so much.
If you feel so moved, I will hand walk you one of our Super Bowl envelopes. Look on this football game. I cannot wait for football to start.
32 days, all you play.
32 days. All right. Raise your hand high so your neighbor can see that they forgot to put their heads up. This is so cool to see something that, you know, at 12 years old, this is it. It's materializing. Okay. They want to pass down.
Yeah. My son knows what he's running. Oh, yeah. They need to do their job if they're gonna be able to.
So stick around when it's over, chat more, and to tell you what to do with these speedily.
Okay, we thank you again, and we want you to know that, you can count on Cherokee County to do whatever we can to, help you get there. If we need you.
Appreciate your support.
Need you, yeah. Okay, so, Representative Matt, if you would share with us an update or whatever you need us to know, we appreciate you being here and.
Yeah, it's good to always be here.
Yeah.
I told them last meeting when I talked that when I first started coming to these, 3-4 years ago, however long it's been now, there was only just about 4 or 5 of us, and we met at the Charlie's Chicken. And I think it was only because Jim wanted to eat all the time. But that's where we met at, and now it's grown to be this right here, and it's always good to come home and be in a room full of Democrats. Because you say you shake your head, if you're lucky enough to be elected, you're going to shake your head up there like no other.
Can't wait. I'll start shaking it at 6 o'clock.
I promise you. Shay's running in a seat that is actually a Democrat seat. It's never been held by a Democrat. For the last 12 years, it's the only time it's been held by a Democrat. So we needed to keep that seat. We needed to keep Democrat. Because we got to get 34 representatives in the House, and we need a Democrat governor. So whatever we do the next few months, few years, next year and a half or so, we got to make sure we get 34 Democrats in the House and that Democrat governor. Because that way we can get things moving and get things right along. Jim knows that, and I think he was in there when there was actually about the same number of senators, Democrat and Republicans, probably the most they ever done. But we have budget hearing coming up. The Democrats are having a public budget hearing August the 3rd, what is it, around 6 o'clock? 5 o'clock at the House Chamber. We're inviting, I think Deb's going to come up and do some talking, and there's going to be some other ones come up and do some talking. And we've invited the Republicans to come and join us. The majority of them have declined to join us. They've formed their own working groups, conservative working groups, to work on budget issues. Many of us, including myself, are sending text to the floor leaders. That's going to be a part of the working group. So we all got the same text back. I'll call you, look forward to working with you. So they've already formed and doing everything. And they're not going to let us. So we'll let them keep going down the slope where they're going down because it's fixing to get it. We had 2 special elections here the last month or so here. And both of them were on the Democrat. I got to go up and see Karen Gladys be sworn into office, and it was good to have another Democrat. So we're getting there. We're one step closer to 34. So we got to keep the seats like Shay's running for and pick up a few more. And I think it can be seats here, and there's a seat here in Cherokee County that has part of Cherokee County. So if you know anybody in the Halbert, Lost City, Norwood area, that's a seat we can pick up. George Fox. Rumor is he may not be running. He's going to maybe take another shot at Mark Wayne. So I got a little bit of Halbert. I got basically just a strip of Halbert to see limits, but on both sides, Lost City, Norwood, I don't have. So we're desperately trying to find somebody. We have a good person in mind. Don't know if she's ready to be let out of the bag yet.
It's not my district.
You're in my district, right? Yes.
I'm not gonna run again.
You can move.
Yes, you can. So we do have somebody, we have 2 people in mind. We have one lady that would be really good. I've been talking to her, I'm going to have dinner with her. I go on vacation tomorrow, and then when I get back, I'm having dinner with her and her husband. We're going to try to talk to her, and she'd be able to financially support it, campaign, and have a lot of backing on this side of the district. And there's a gentleman in the southern part of the district whose father was a representative that possibly we're trying to talk into running for that spot. So whenever we figure out who's going to be running or to have more than one, I'll probably see if they'll come and talk to us here. I think it's a good place to start and practice your speaking. Because it's difficult to get in front of people and talk. So that's kind of what we got going on. Special session is likely. I believe we have oral arguments on the cigarette tax on August the 8th. So we'll know for sure whether we're going into special session or not. I think they're looking around October, end of September, 1st of October sometime. That's going back into special session from what I hear. They're going to possibly just gavel in and gavel out on a special session and put everything on a ballot. That's what we're hearing. Sad, that's what they want to do, so let's go and do it.
They can't do their job.
Exactly. They're going to have people put it on a vote, something we're supposed to be able to working on and doing. Supposedly what we've heard from good sources, they're saying the speaker's planning on gavel on in and gavel on right out, and taking these issues like the cigarette fee and some of these other things to a vote on the ballot.
So you're gonna put the reduction tax on, they're gonna spend all that?
We're going to push that, and I think Kayla might know more about that. I think Drew may be pushing for that to maybe go on the ballot if we don't get that. Is that right, Kayla?
Right.
Yeah. So if we can't do it, it needs to go on the ballot. It needs to be raised. It absolutely needs to be raised. I believe it needs to go to 7%. I would settle and vote on 5% across the board. It would bring in a lot of money for us, but I think it needs to go to 7%. That was a big fight this year. I had a good idea of what I was getting into when I got up there, and it did surprise me a little bit on how they done things, how they treated people, and it's sad that that's the way our government works. Because you think when you're a kid that everybody wants to be working together, and like, oh man, that's just not how it is. The speaker is so far out of touch with reality, he don't even have a clue what it is to go to work every day. He has no private plane. He don't have a clue what it's like to live a day-to-day job. Talking about the speaker, Charles McCall. He absolutely.
DHS for.
He got handed a bank from his family, and I'll tell you how they do, and I won't be quiet and sit down. They had a deal come out where DHS kept $30 million out of the budget, and there were some services that were going to be cut. Speaker comes out, him and the majority leader, Mike Sanders, comes out with a statement saying that political games, they're just playing political games, blah, blah, blah. They got actually $52 million more than what they got last year. But what they failed to tell everybody, and what people don't realize, is whenever they got funded last year, they only got funded 10 months, not an annual 12 months. So whenever they got it funded on this year, they got $52 million more because they were actually funded it 12 months instead of 10. But they don't tell anybody that. They just say they're playing games and this and that. Appropriation Chair, which is Leslie Osborne, she comes out with a statement, her and a few others, the old Appropriation Chair, old Sears, and one other comes out with a statement saying it's our fault, representatives and senators who continue to do these cuts, that these cuts are happening. It's not the agency's fault, it's not so-and-so's fault, it's our fault. And immediately after that, the very next day, she was relieved of her chairmanship and asked to not come back to the meetings like that. And basically, you need to run for Corporation Commissioner and get out of the house. That's basically what he told her. So she was let go, and that's what happens when you don't fall in line with them. They just cut you out and let you go. We're lucky enough to where our leader does not do that to us. We have open discussions. We fight in our caucus. There's some very heated. When you get up there, you're going to see there's some very heated things that get said in our caucus meetings. But we come together as a group and we decide on what we want to do. And we feel like we move on forward without cutting each other. And I think that's the best way to go about it. I don't know if you've heard, but my phone's been blowing up since I got here. And George Hoffmeister, the state superintendent, their charges have all been dropped. So she is, all the charges have been dropped on her. When we were introducing people a while ago, Dr. Cox is in the house right over here.
Yes.
And we're hoping that he may pull the trigger and run for that position again. I hope he kept his silence for being
It's been out there already down on my hands.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I've told you, I ran into Dr. Cox at a restaurant in Oklahoma City one night, and I told him that I've already been telling people that he is gonna run again. So, if he doesn't, then we're in trouble, but I have told people he is running. I might spread that rumor around the Capitol a little bit. But, so it's exciting to be a Democrat instead of Oklahoma again, because we're on the move. I think we're going in the right direction, and it takes good people to run for office. We have a chance over with George Fox District. We have the Senate position that we lost over here. We have a good chance of picking it up again. It's going to take somebody that's going to work hard. And we need to be thinking about people for the positions right now. And I can't tell you enough and express to Shay enough to knock doors. That is, I didn't do it, Kevin did it for me so many times, and I didn't knock nearly enough doors, but we knock them every day, but I probably should have knocked doors. Hopefully not. It's very likely, so I'll be knocking on doors before too long. And we're kind of on a short break. Those of y'all that go to Democrat Women, I apologize. I will not be here again this month. I apologize. My wife and I are expecting a fourth and final child. Final in December. We had a trip planned to Disney World in December with the kids. So when we found out, we kind of had to move that trip up. We're leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning to get home.
See, that would have been about March. Were you in Oklahoma City?
I asked that question again, and I got in trouble. But there's positions that are coming up over the next few years, and there's people in this room that are strongly considering running for other hirings, and we need to get behind them. When any of us call financially, it's a rough road to run for office. $5, $10, $100, we don't care. We'll take it. It is a rough time to run for office. It's hard to spend money. So there's people in this room that are probably going to be running for offices. And we need to get behind them when they do. And I appreciate each and every one of you all. It has been a pleasure and the most rewarding thing I've ever got to be able to represent you all at the state council. I know what Jim told me that when I was running. I always wondered why him and Mike was always so bitter about some of the Republicans. I realized it. It dawned on me why they did it, why they were so bitter on some of them. But and Jim liked to cuss them, but I'm there. So. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you again for everything you do. You know, call me anytime. I'm always there. But I didn't even notice.
So, Dee Hensley has got to come back and join us, and she is our Congressional District 2 Secretary, and she is going to organize the Democratic float march in the Cherokee Nation parade, and also give us a little bit of update.
Yes. First we'll hit the parade. So the 65th Cherokee National Holiday Parade is Saturday, September 2nd, 2017. Well, of course, 2017. The theme is Water for Life. So that's the theme, which I've had to adjust my already float plans that I've Pinterested for a year. So I'm a little quirky about that. That's all right. No, I'm good. I've got a sign-up sheet for candy donations because candy bags of candy get expensive quick. As Matt or any candidate knows. And then the float setup volunteer sign-up if you want to help construct it, deconstruct it. I just put Thursday and Friday because I forgot you have to deconstruct things. And I just kind of leave things up until they so they'll be back there at the end of the meeting, and we'll go from there. I need your name and your number, and we'll go from there. And so I tease Matt that we went to reconvene the Democrat. I drag my poor son everywhere, right? So the only reason he's not not here tonight is because he found something a little bit better, funner to do. But, so he's with me, and I'm texting, where do I take him to eat? He was a good kid. I'm telling you, the kid muscled through, and I'm like, he deserves. Tell me where to take him for supper. This man, he needs a good steak. I was like, yeah. So we go to Jamil's. I don't know if anybody's eaten at Jamil's and tried to feed a 14-year-old boy at Jamil's. It was the best steak. He loved it. And I was like texting Representative Merritt going, seriously, you send me to Jamil's with my 14-year-old son that has an extra leg somewhere to try and fill him up. And I'm like, but it was the best thing, and he adored it. It was the funniest. It was just, I was like, oh my God. I had a salad. No. But back to the Congressional District 2 news. Like they said, I'm going to start with fundraising. As far as Congressional District 2, we are going to start counties. Every county is now organized. And then on the rebuilding, the counties that we are working on rebuilding, that do have officers, that they're still kind of feeling their way, maybe a county can adopt a county and go from there. And with fundraisers, kind of pair up and make that work. And then also, the Christmas party is coming up, which is a huge fundraiser. So when you receive that in the mail, be sure and RSVP and send me so you can attend. And the other ones, that's fundraising and knocking doors. I mean, as far as money is important, but I'm telling you, knocking doors, boots on the ground, you got to do it. It's worth it. Get a good pair of tennis shoes. If you don't go to a pair of tennis shoes in a campaign, you didn't knock enough doors. I think that's what I was told. Because I've been through that one. The Adopt a Legislator program, the whole Congressional District is going to do, and our Democrat legislators have all agreed to do that, and they're going to stay in CD2. We're not going to send them over to CD1. We're not sending them out to Woodward. They're going to stay in CD2, and for the districts that don't have, the Democrats that don't have a voice, their representatives play for the other team, that our legislators have agreed to step up and help them out, and so they feel they have a voice. That's going really, really well. We're really happy about that. And then the trainings we're going to do, that's kind of, we're going to start with the county officers, activists, getting you guys all, whatever you want to, this is my first term, my first thing, so we're going to have the north and the south and then middle. So whoever, here, and then hopefully everybody can meet in the middle and then get to know each other and work as a team because we're a team. We need to rebuild and be a team. So that's going to be that with the trainings, and also we're going to have candidate trainings, which very fortunate. Again, all of our Democratic legislators, and I hope maybe some turned out legislators might agree to come and help out and speak and give words of advice to candidates that are interested. So let's see. That's about it. Are there any questions? Thank you, Dee Dee.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Appreciate what you're doing. Democratic mission as well. Everybody so far talk has mentioned fundraising. So I just want to say a couple points about that. Our collection jar is at the back table, and we just do it that way instead of passing it up and down the aisle so I keep touching it. So it's back there. And then the Oklahoma Democratic Party is asking for any of us that can to sign up for a reoccurring donation every month. And, it doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, It just does. It could be 5. It could be a 2. Yeah, I have 2. So keep that in mind. And there's many of us that have done it. So keep that in mind. And again, we'll have rent due here again, and then we'll have headquarters to open again next summer. So, we want to always do the best we can to not get behind here. So, Leslie, do you want to talk a little bit about maybe sponsoring a school in the area? And
sponsor a school, and collect school supplies and donate them from the Democratic Party. And we were hoping that someone would want to maybe volunteer to take that on as their pet project, basically be the coordinator to collect supplies and drop them off, would essentially be your job. Is there anyone willing to do that?
You can come up and see us.
Stephanie. All right, so Stephanie will be the point person for that. And I think it might work best, we'll go ahead and have the drop point be this meeting next month. And so we'll ask, and that'll make it easy. If you can't make the meeting, get with Stephanie someplace else. But if you could get a list of supplies, and we were kind of wanting to pick a district that might really need our support. Yes, in Cherokee County, for sure. I don't know, I thought maybe Oak School District or, I don't know, one of the outlying districts, or if there's a district in
Actually,
Tahlequah.
Oaks is in Delaware County.
What's that?
Oaks is in Delaware County.
Their school district comes into Cherokee County.
Sorry. My friends that live right by there. My friends.
Pigs.
Pigs? Okay. So
We have a
anyway,
request for
we'll let Stephanie sort that out.
research it.
All right,
Yeah.
So, and she'll come up with a list of supplies, otherwise you can, get some generic supplies or whatever, but, that the school.
Pencils, Kleenex,
So, all right, so we'll do that, and, then the other, thing I'll mention quickly, I won't go over it too much, but canvassing has been brought up several times now. Matt had mentioned that canvassing essentially means talking to voters, and there's different ways you can do it. You can do phone canvassing, but door-to-door canvassing is the best and most effective way. And there are some upcoming opportunities for canvassing training, which I didn't bring with me any of the dates, but I think we'll probably end up rescheduling them, especially if there's going to be some of that included with the CD2 training. But I've taken 3 trainings now on canvassing, and I went canvassing last weekend. So I'm in the Resistance Summer Program, and we did one training there, and so we did a healthcare canvas last weekend. So I went door to door, and I had a survey and was asking people's opinions about various kind of healthcare options. But I also did a training with an organization called Knock Every Door, and they have 4 different scripts that you can canvass with. One of them is for candidates, and I don't remember all the other ones, but one that I was particularly interested in was we have a lot of people in this county, in this district, that are registered Democrats because they vote Republican, and we don't really understand why. And this was a survey that would kind of help us figure out what some of those reasons are. It asked them about how they voted in the last election and why they voted that way. So it's a survey I would really like to do, and even if we don't do it widespread, if we can just do a little bit of sampling in our precincts, I think it would be maybe helpful. And then they're taking, this organization, Knock Every Door, is taking the results of that survey, and they're actually doing something with it. So it wouldn't just be for our benefit, but they would be used for something. Anyway, I'll be sending more information out about that. It's something that if you haven't done it before, it's really intimidating, but I'm an extreme introvert, and if I can go knock on a stranger's door,
Leslie, thank you for everything you did. That's amazing. So we'll be getting that out to you, and it's probably a good time to encourage you, if you're not on the Democratic Facebook page, social media, please get onto that, because we have a lot of our updated information on that, events. Leslie does an amazing newsletter every month. It's just amazing. It's amazing. I will put it up. I bet most counties or states don't have anything like this from a little rural community. So if you're not on that email, please get signed up, because again, it's amazing. We appreciate that work that goes into that, Leslie. Okay, so we'll just kind of start wrapping up here for announcements. And first, I'm going to jump around just a little bit. I'm going to ask Kirsty. We've got the Iowa, right?
Yeah.
Steve, is that right? It's Iowa?
Iowa State.
Okay, so, we'll just start right down through here. Just a reminder, the Cherokee County Democrats, meet every month, first Tuesday at 5:30 here at the Armory. Unless headquarters is open, and then we'll meet at headquarters. And that's closer to election. The Cherokee County Democratic Federation of Women, Connie's our president again, meets every first Friday of every month at the restaurant. Except September, thank you. September 1st, there's just too much going on, Labor Day, Cherokee holiday, it's moved to September 8th. And so as soon as we get that, information, we'll create an event and get that out to everybody. Karen Gaddis, is the, speaker for this Friday, and I would encourage you to come a little early. It starts right at 11:45, Restaurant Cherokee, and as you heard, a couple of them refer to her. She is one of the women that was able to flip a GOP seat to a Democrat. Amazing. And I know that there were several from Cherokee County that went up and knocked doors. I'm gonna call you out, Stephanie and Leslie. I don't know if there was others, but that is amazing. So, thank you for putting the boots on the ground there. Anything else you want to say about that, Connie?
We're still, we don't know what our speaker is for, who our speaker is for September. For October, we're supposed to have Scott Inman.
Yes.
On Inman.
Yes. And I have been in touch with, candidate Scott Inman and minority leader Scott Inman, field rep, and so we're working on some dates for him. We have a van training scheduled in Muskogee, facilitated by the Oklahoma Democratic Party. That is on August the 11th. Is it 6 p.m.? 6:30? And we will give you more information if you're interested. We'll track you down and get you a location.
Yeah, let me, I did send it out in an email, and, if you click on the image, you can blow it up and read that thing, but there are actually 3 trainings close by.
Okay.
I'm gonna be out of town for the Muskogee, I'm probably going to a different one, but, so Friday, August 11th, there's the band trainings in Muskogee, and it's at 5:30. On Saturday morning, there's one in Tulsa at 10 o'clock, and then the one at Pryor is, August 18th at 5:30. And, so BAN is the proprietary database that the Democratic Party uses to track voters. And, anyway, if you're a precinct officer, you should make it a priority to attend. But even if you're planning to volunteer on a campaign, it would be good training for you. So everyone's welcome as long as you're registered Democrats.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know when we're going to get our email giving us our entry into BAN, the officers?
Well, we have talked to Andrew about that a few times and emailed him. We don't have a definite date.
Is there any way they can push that?
We talked to Anna. She's it's a priority. So
See, I took the training back several months ago, but now I wasn't able to get into practice.
And it really needs to be before the training. We can have that access instead. When we went to the training, we just sit there and watch him. It's not the same as.
yeah, it's really significant. I really encourage you to be a part of it, but we need that other piece. So we'll email again tomorrow.
I will tell you that Andrew Rickles' phone number was on that email that I sent out today, if you would like to call him.
Okay.
If all 50 of you would like to call him, even better.
Okay. Thank you.
Now we have an answer.
And in Tulsa on August 14th, the Oklahoma Democratic Party's Tulsa chapter of the Stonewall Democrats is having their first meeting. So we'd love to have Cherokee County represented there. If someone is interested in being kind of our lead on that, see me afterwards. We'll get you connected.
You want to explain what it is?
Yes, the Oh.
time. I think it's at 6, but I can't remember.
And I will get that, but don't take off. Let me get that for you, whoever needs it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just wrap up unless anybody has any other announcements. Yes, sir. Oh, you.
Just a quick, yes, boom, but, I put it on Facebook, that's a good question. After 200 days, name one thing Trump has accomplished. The only response I got was that he has everybody's attention. My response to that was, so did Hitler. But it became quite a discussion on those that do not support him. So we
Well,
need
we
to
should all go look that up tonight.
we need to do things like that.
Was this your personal account?
That and what's the other support? Support living in a red
Oh.
state. It was on that one too.
Okay, well, we'll find that and read up on it tonight. Dr. Cox, we're gonna count on you. Save education.
Amen.
I'm out there.
I know. And so I'm gonna leave you with a couple of thoughts. Oh,
I'm working with Dr. Riggs on getting the presentation on CD.
Oh,
I'm waiting
excellent.
for his permission to make copies, so if anyone's interested, on the sign-up sheet, if you could write CD beside your name, if you'd like a copy of that, if you weren't able to see through line. Also, I don't know if he's gonna be doing it anymore, but if anybody has a group that they'd like him to come and see me, and I can try to make contact.
excellent, excellent, historical.
Yes, sir.
Did I miss somebody?
If there's any comments, please, from the mayor,
Did I miss anybody?
Well, I think Charlie tried to brought it forward. I know Matt was trying to do it earlier. I have a bank account in my name and an employee identification number that's registered to Jason and Congress. I'll be challenging Mark Mullen eventually. I don't know. I hope so. I hope nobody steps out there. I'm trying to get the word out later this week, early days. And so you all get to see the preview. And there's a positive balance in the bank account. So that's I've been from Kansas to Texas, and just trying to introduce myself. I've been fortunate enough to be the mayor here for 6 years. 12 square miles, 17,000 people, but I want to get out and shake a few hands and not words. That'd be weird. But eventually I'll get there. But people are starting to, it's a good environment. People are doing checks and things under my plate, and I would go eat places. And eventually I was going to have to tell the FEC about it, so I'll tell you all first. And thank you for bringing me forward. I'm not taking my time a little bit, but I've been trying to play coy about it for like 90 days now, and I think it's coming to an end. So I guess this is an
Try to keep up with my dogs, you know, and
the other soapbox issue of mine, at our next meeting, everybody's brain no friend. You know, if we don't get hooked up now and get more people involved now, it's gonna be more difficult whenever, you know, the floodgates get hit and we have to open them. It's gonna be, pardon my French, but too late. But we have to start now and get people engaged and motivated. Because I'm asking people all the time, and one of the things I'm sure that's going to happen with this budget stuff and all that, they keep saying, well, we'll just get another bond. I remember in 1990 when I was head of the Indian Affairs Commission, they just wanted to bond everything. Oklahoma's bond rating is tanking, and it's going to get worse. So we have to get engaged now at the local, the state, and the federal. So we're going to have to start talking to our friends and especially our family, because we're going to have a strategy and a platform to move forward that people are going to get out and vote. It's a great crowd. As Matt pointed out, this is a fairly large crowd, but we can't wait for somebody and the others to do something to get us motivated. We have to do it ourselves.
yes, Sarah.
I just have a comment. I talked to my son last night, who's 17, goes to Fort Gibson. Every year, it pisses me off royally, but the Republicans give $100 to a boy and a girl at this
know we talked about many of our, Democratic friends that vote GOP. I have a lot of those friends in this county and throughout our area. So just let us always remember that our presence makes a difference, and our values are showing, to me, wider than they ever have in this culture we found ourselves in right now. And I'm going to go back to the Red Fern just real quick. We registered, I looked up 26 new voters, Democrats, and the following Monday I went into the bank to make the deposit for the money that we had collected at Red Fern, and a bank teller came over and she was like, thank you, Democrats, for taking care of the dogs. You know? but the point is we had all of our banners out, we had glue on, and we had a presence, and we made people stop and take pictures, and we were busy. It was a crowd around us for 2 days. Come on in, like carnival barn. So, okay, so we will see you this Friday for those of you that can join us, and again next month, and go ahead.
Well, I was just wondering if healthcare wasn't enough to get people fired up, because I guess people think, well, I got accident 2 years about what's going on over here. Do you think taking away Social Security might get people fired up enough?
Well, Trump is getting everybody fired up.
Well, the tribes are being hit too, so the tribes are.
And the budget cuts are going to, that's just now starting, so the House has the budget, and right now, it does have Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid cuts. Medicaid is $800 billion. Oh, yeah. So I think when the reality of the budget gets more publicity, that is this, and that's with the healthcare. Healthcare started small, but now, I mean, the reason it didn't pass is because of these people here. All the calls, all the tweets.
That's right.
And it started out small. And guess what? We dealt with a failure. They went home. McCain and Collins and Kowalski dealt them their biggest failure thus far. They've been trying for 8 years to do this. So, and they had no excuse. They had all the party. And so we just had to keep running with the budget too. That's the next fight.
There wasn't many days that went by. Some of us weren't calling, texting, faxing, emailing. So never doubt your efforts. Ever, ever, ever never doubt. So play.
What I'm afraid of is so many people have this vision of this or whatever, that, well, you know, if something happens in college, they just totally drive with federal funding. It's like every nation is on an island to itself, and it's just always going to be there, always going to be there for money, blah, blah, blah. If something happens over here, I can go, you know. But I just don't know if there's any understanding.
Well, and I think that's the tribe's fault. I mean, I'm not tribal, but I think the tribe has an obligation when these things happen to say, they have access to a database, to say, this is the bill, and this is how it affects us at the hospital. Because I don't think there's a disconnect. And I mean, I'm not tribal. I just have a therapist that works the hospital, and works the hospital. But I think the people that work there and the people that come there have no clue of the devastation of the healthcare bill and this current budget is going to have an effect on the hospital.
Well, the current majority, I know the efforts that were made, at least from the chief and our leadership and letters, and you know what? They all turned their back on us. And
No, I know to the citizens. I know that they really tried with the legislature, and I know Langford and.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about keeping the average person in the loop of that.
We can have a
so
side
that they-
conversation on that. I'll explain that to you. It's disheartening. It is disheartening.
The most important thing with all of it is for everybody in this room to get out and tell people, because until it affects them personally, they don't care. They only watch what they see on TV. What you see
they
on
don't
TV
get
is
enough talks.
Democrats are horrible, Democrats want to do this, Democrats want to do that, we want to kill your babies, we want to do that. And that's what they believe, so that's why Democrats get elected.
We need to tell them we're only gonna kill the Republican thing.
Yeah, but it's important what, like Jim and them are doing with the paper and people getting out and talking on paper. That's what's going to help. People don't care until they They really don't.
And they don't care big time.
Yeah, and you're starting to see a little bit at the state level as far as teachers losing their job, people getting, their health care getting kicked off, all that. You're starting to see people in Oklahoma start to realize it just a little bit because it's starting to affect them personally. And it's already, I go turn on the 10 o'clock news in Oklahoma City. I told you all this. You can see what's going on at the state capitol. You turn on the 10 o'clock news here in Tahlequah, and you don't see anything but who shot who and who got stabbed. And you don't know what goes on. You only hear about what you see on CNN or whatever Channel 5, wherever you watch. And that's why it's important that we keep growing our numbers and we keep getting the word out about what's really going on. And that's what I think.
About a week ago, I got a call from Mullen's office in Cherokee, and I called back, left a message, and I said, "Don't you ever call this number again." I said, "If you do, I will get a hold of the authorities and I will get a hold of my attorney." And I haven't heard anything. It was twice. You told me twice, and I think, do you guys need a hearing aid? I was
loving it. Call me.
He's not calling me.
Nice, not
Or me. Yes, ma'am.
Well, speaking of calling, I belong to another organization, and I get notifications on my cell phone. All I have to do is press one little press, and they will connect me with InHoff, with Langford, and all of those, and I can voice my opinion. Never do I get to speak with them, of course, but at least I get to tell them, or at least put it on voicemail.
So if you want to see her afterwards to get that number, I get those, and it'll even write your letters for you, and you can add your kids, my kids. All right.
Bill had something, and he's willing to.
I think that Mac hit the nail on the head there when he's speaking a minute ago. You don't really need a survey to know why Democrats voted Republican here in Cherokee County. It's the Democrat platform on social issues. What happened when Trump was dealt with a bunch of failures? What did he do? He defeated the transgender decision because he knew that would take his base and rally his base now. So, that's where it's going to happen. It's going to happen on social issues.
All right, well, we will see you on Friday, as many can come, and thank you for coming tonight again, and see you next month. Enjoy your trip, Matt. Oh, check out some of these Hey, you! Where you from? I'm so glad you And a girl. All right, so happy you came. Keep it up. If you can, come join us for lunch on Friday. Your mom comes when she can. Yeah. Okay. You'll enjoy it too. We all work together, but it's a little bit different. It's
We got that too late with our dog.
Oh no, it was just so
We got
sad.
that too late.
And these weren't all the pictures, but aren't they fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw all of the cups and everything.
Yeah.
We brought our dog down there.
I know, I'm so sorry we missed
He
you.
got there late,
Aw.
and he didn't want to walk on the pavement.
Why, no? See?
Well,
Like,
he was 5 months old.
most of them, this little guy, a lot of them were just putting their paws in it. We kept
Yeah.
it cold. And, we bought
bottled water. We took bottled water, and we bought ice to keep it cold. And we weren't going to have any of our yellow dogs or other dogs not taken care of. So
I'll go to that meeting in Folsom at the Equality Center.
okay.
Let's see here. And that ends the monthly Democratic meeting of District 2, located in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, the heart of Cherokee Nation. Thank you for listening.